I'm sure you all could understand there was an enormous amount of scar tissue that began to develop everywhere in my body where I'd been burned. My scars were severely contracting. It was so thick and dense that this right arm eventually contracted down, stuck to my side. I literally could not raise this right arm more than 3 inches from my hip. I didn't want to live like that. I went to every single physical therapist I could find, and everyone kept giving me the same answer. Allison, I'm so sorry. There's nothing we can do. My doctors didn't give me any other options than physical therapy, so of course, I sought out the best people I could find. I went from place to place. At one point, I had photos taken and my file copied and sent across the country, but I kept getting the same answer. I'm so sorry. But I persisted, and I waited, and I persisted, and finally one day the phone rang. It was a physical therapist out of Vail, Colorado, all the way across the country, a young woman recently out of her graduate program, and she said, I studied your file and the photos. If you're willing to do the work, I think I can get you your arm back. So I moved to Colorado. Every day, my physical therapist, Tracy, would lay me down on her medical table, and with all of her weight, she would shove my shoulder blade into place to keep it where it needed to be to protect it, while she had a male therapist at the end of the table pulling my arm up and over my body with all of his strength. You see, what Tracy had seen in those photos and in the medical records was that over a year later still, there was a teeny tiny little wound under my arm on the edge of this armpit that would never close over and heal, no matter what the doctors tried. But she decided this was a gift. She decided we were going to physically tear open that little wound under my arm. Every day they would pull and pull for months. It would bleed every time. Oh, it hurt. But I didn't care. I wanted my arm back. We made progress every day, a quarter of an inch at a time, until my arm eventually healed totally upright. And today I have my arm back 100%. Oh. Never give up. Chutzpah, feistiness, courage, determination. This is what life requires of us. Being gentle and loving by itself was not enough to save me when I felt like life knocked me down again and again. What also saved me was guts. And I found out you can be tender-hearted and fierce. And I experienced a strength within myself I had never known. I learned that I have to be 100% fully in charge of my life, that I'm driving my life. I learned to wake up every day and say, I'm taking charge from the tips of my toenails to the top of my head with every ounce of my willingness and my ability. When we can learn how to stop resisting our challenges and instead learn to embrace them, something is born in us that is so much better, so much more powerful, so much stronger than we ever thought possible. We are all so much stronger than we have any idea. We are all capable of overcoming incredible trials, of reaching places deep inside ourselves we never imagined. There's a reservoir of strength and courage within each of us. The idea is to remember it, to remind ourselves every day that it exists, to use it, to enjoy it. Life has shown me that no matter how hard it gets, never give up on yourself. Never give up on other people. Reach out. Let people in.
So I just had the great pleasure of being in Allison's presentation. And the first thing that really struck me is she has just this incredible way of being. Just the way she talks about this very difficult situation, that whole way of being just embodies a manner that just inspired me. Inspired me to be more courageous. It inspired me to be more kind. And so there was not only the overall message, but there were actually specific bullet point takeaways of the different ways that I could be more courageous. And if she can do what she's done in her life, then I could certainly be more effective and more courageous in both my personal and professional life. So thank you, Allison. We really appreciate you.